Hi, my name is Brittany and welcome to Britts and the Bees Valentine's Day edition. So it has been a while since I posted a video, but that's okay because I'm here now and I have a couple things for you. First, we'll start off with love languages, how to learn them, what to do with them when you have learned them, what not to do with love languages with your own or your partners. Then we'll get into Valentines, types of Valentines, platonic, romantic, and the like. And then we'll end off this video with a couple of stories about Valentines or ex-Valentines. So yeah, let's get started. Alright, let's get started with our love languages. There are 5 of them. First, we have quality time, acts of service, words of affirmation, physical touch, and receiving gifts. 5. So learning your partner's love language and then adapting to it, like responding to it in a positive way, is probably the best way to show that you're paying attention to the person's flow, how they respond to stuff. That being said, thinking they have the wrong love language could also cause a lot of disconnect and a lot of flack within the relationship. So it is good to kind of know how exactly to respond to certain love languages. Alright, with quality time, just the phrase in itself shows exactly what you need to do. Spend one-on-one time with this person, even if it means it's non-verbal. You're just there with each other. It's what's most important to that person whose love language is quality time. Make time to spend with this person. If you are a busy person, make room to be able to be with this person, whether there's verbal communication or not. With physical touch, it could be a rub on the shoulder, a kiss on the cheek, a little rub on the thigh. It doesn't necessarily have to be sex, but some form of touching. The touching varies person by person, but that type of touching is how a person feels that they are truly loved by their partner. That being said, kind of come up with your little things. Like I said, rub on the shoulder, a hug. Like I said, it doesn't always have to be sex. Little pat on the head. With receiving gifts, again, this varies person by person, but kind of get things that probably mean something to the person. Like if your partner likes flowers, if they like chrysanthemums, randomly get them a bouquet of chrysanthemums. If they like sunflowers, take them to a sunflower field. Just kind of get them that. If they like chocolates, since it's Valentine's Day season, I'm kind of giving these examples, but if they like chocolates, kind of randomly get them, a box of chocolates that they like, like gourmet chocolates, not like any cheap Hershey's thing. But yeah, kind of go for it. If they like traveling and you have that type of bank, surprise them one day with a plane ticket to Dubai. That'll get them. I mean, who doesn't love that? That being said, a person with love language of receiving gifts. If you're not giving them gifts, what are you there for? Sorry to be kind of sharp, but what are you there for? They like receiving gifts. Of course, that doesn't mean they're totally spoiled, but that's just what their love language is. They respond with gifts. With words of affirmation, which is personally my love language, words of affirmation, you just need that encouragement. You want to know you're doing well. You want to know that you are still a beam of light in that person's life. While this does kind of sound like reassurance, not everyone actually requires this. Some actually require it more than others. So just hearing that every once in a while, yeah, I see what you're doing. I'm proud of you. I love it and I love you. Words like that, at least with people who have the love language of words of affirmation, that could really brighten a person's day. Even their week, stuff they'll remember that. That being said, don't neglect them emotionally to where you're not saying these things, because a person with that love language, they want to hear it, so they'll probably feel like they're not doing enough if these words aren't coming at them. And lastly, acts of service. This doesn't mean you should treat your partner like a slave because your love language is acts of service. This does not mean that. Of course, let's say if someone is washing dishes in the kitchen and their partner come up and say, oh, while you're washing them, I'll dry them and put them up. Stuff like that, helping them, knowing that you are physically there to like be a helping hand, that is acts of service. Not clean me, bathe me, pay my bills. No. Sorry. But yeah. Lastly, with acts of service, this does not mean your partner must be a slave to you. This does not mean they have to do every chore in the house. And no, acts of service, for example, is, let's say you're washing dishes in the sink and your partner wants to come over. It's like, oh, while you're washing dishes, I'll dry them and put them up. Stuff like that, a helping hand, letting them physically know you're there for them. That's kind of acts of service. So pretty much being absent in that realm, like not, every once in a while, not letting them, if you're not letting them know, like physically I am here, as a helping hand or something like that. It kind of does, it probably would turn off a person whose love language is acts of service. That being said, I will reiterate, a person with the love language of acts of service, their partner is not a slave. It's a helping hand. That partner is not meant to do literally everything around the house to show that, oh yeah, I'm appealing to this person's love language. It's just helping hand. Since we got our love languages out the way, let's talk about different types of Valentines. So I'm really going to be talking about just 3 types of Valentines: romantic, platonic, and familial Valentines. Usually around this time of year, a lot of people are fixated on the romantic Valentine and tend to forget the platonic and familial Valentines. And I feel like that just leaves out all the single people, because just because you have a boyfriend or a cute little fiance doesn't mean single people can't have their Valentines. Like, you can have your romantic Valentine. It could be, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, a partner, a fiance, husband, a wife, a lifetime partner, for those who choose not to marry. It's out there. You have the teddy bears, you have the hearts of chocolate, you have the roses and the sunflowers and whatnot. And that's cute and that's okay. But that's definitely not the only type of Valentine. One of the Valentines that aren't exactly a romantic Valentine is your platonic Valentine. Your best friend that you call up at 2 in the morning because you're crying, you're probably going through heartbreak, and they're there for you. You want to invite out to brunch because you're bored and probably don't have anyone else to talk to. Your very best friend is someone that is always there for you, and you are always there for them. Even if you're buying them food, is instead of thinking of how much money they owe you, like, oh, don't worry about it. Someone is like, probably even shares the same likes and dislikes as you, even the same hobbies, or supports you in your hobbies. Let's say you want to learn how to make wigs. That'll be the first person your first customer, you know what I mean? That friend that is always there, that's your platonic Valentine. You don't necessarily have to think of it in the context of buying giant teddy bears, getting hearts of chocolate, cards, roses, and the like. But even a small little gift that probably is special for them on Valentine's Day, that'd probably be perfect for them. So yeah, say happy Valentine's Day to your platonic Valentine, your best friend, a first love, a sister, a brother. And the third one is a familial Valentine. So this is for people who have like siblings, and that sibling just happens to be your closest sibling. Even those with like multi-sibling families, you probably have like 3 brothers or 3 sisters, or 2 brothers and 1 sister, and vice versa. But there's probably that one sibling that you're just so tight with. I mean, like close to, like 5 and 6. That sibling that you'll call up when you, like, let's say you're going to different colleges, you're each calling each other about your college experience. You're always there for each other. As soon as you text and say, I need to talk to you, they're FaceTiming you within 5 minutes. It's just they're just always there for you. They y'all share the same parents, probably not even share the exact same parents. It could be like half siblings or step siblings, but it's like, it's close. It could even be a cousin, to be honest, because it's within the family. So that is a type of Valentine. That person that has just really just loved you, had just been there for you. Even if you're really sad and they had to come over and cook because you didn't have the energy to do it. That's love. Some of these people's boyfriends and girlfriends aren't even doing that for them. That's love. So yeah, also consider, you know, familial Valentines. And now that you know we have different types of Valentines, let's move on to our Valentine stories. Or ex-Valentines, to be honest. Some of these stories aren't exactly the cutest, but some are. I picked, so over the past couple of weeks, I've been picking out stories upon stories from other people with their best and worst moments of a relationship, or a moment where they realized, yeah, I just cannot be in this relationship anymore. So these 5 stories, hopefully they can make you laugh a little bit, or they can make you just say, "Aw," make you believe in love again. So yeah, let's get started. Alright, this is my favorite part of the video, reading out these stories. Now, over the past few weeks, I did mention earlier in the video that I've been getting submissions about the best or worst moments of a relationship, or just a moment where you realize, yeah, this isn't cut out for me. So I've handpicked these 5 stories with the perfect balance of borderline traumatizing, super romantic, and just short and sweet. So let's get started with the first story. Story number 1. My ex would never come see me, and the whole time he was in love with my sister. I would go visit him at his dorm, but he would never take the initiative to come see me. Months later, I found out he actually wanted my sister and tried to get with her. I just don't know why people would think that would work. Don't get with someone's sibling when you actually want them. That's terrible. Story number 2. My childhood crush had told me that he had a crush on me. He worked at a pizza place close to where I lived, so I would go up to see him and he'd give me free pizzas. One day he called me and asked for a ride home. He said he lost his car. Keep in mind, he lived about 45 minutes away from me. I still went to pick him up. When I pulled up to the bus stop, I saw him get out of a car with 2 other people in it. He was tweaked out, like tweaked. He gets in my car and we're on the way. During the drive, he asked if I could take him to Steak and Shake because he was just hungry. 20 minutes into the drive, he just completely passes out in his seat. Eyes roll to the back of his head, just gone. So I'm panicking, beating on his chest, trying to revive him while I'm still driving. Eventually, he wakes back up, but never recalled passing out. That's when I knew I was done. Traumatizing. I just, when I heard the story for the first time, my jaw actually dropped. Like, dropped. Never. This one is short and sweet and a little petty, but it's okay. It's okay. Story number 3, or short story number 3. This girl I was talking to called me at 9 a.m. asking how my day was. 9 a.m. I couldn't be with this girl anymore. So petty. It's okay. It's fine. It's understandable. 9 a.m. No. Story number 4. This one of the cute ones. The day we had our first date, we spent literally the whole day together. We went to a football game, then we ate, went to a mall, the park, and afterwards we went to get dessert. Our first date was really memorable, and after getting to know her more and spending the whole day with her, I saw a very notable connection with her and really liked her. Now I'm in love with her. That's the word. Okay, my last story. Just reading these out. December 2019, the night before I left for winter break, we hung out from maybe 7 p.m. to 4 a.m. I usually don't do this with people, especially men, but for the first time, I didn't get tired of it. He drove me outside city limits and all around town to the cutest spots. The part that stuck with me most and will forever was chilling in the car after the journey with the seats leaned back, listening to Fly Me to the Moon by Frank Sinatra. I felt my heart opening up a little bit, and I gained a little faith in relationships. It's just so sweet. I love love. So this concludes our Valentine's Day video. I really hope you enjoyed it. I hope you liked this video. Subscribe to my channel and follow all my social media. Thank you so much for watching.
Fly me to the moon, let me play